video is on how to solve systems of linear equations by substitution. Although I'm going to use only algebra to get the solution, I am going to graph the two lines to show what the solution is that both methods work. So over here, it says that y equals 2x minus 4. Well, since I know that y is 2x minus 4, I can go to the second equation and I can replace the y with the 2x minus 4. Because these system of equations are related to each other in that way. So I'm going to have 7x minus 2 times, and I'm replacing the y with the 2x minus 4 inside here. Now continuing on, I'm going to now simplify. So I have minus 2 times 2x is minus 4x. And then I have minus 2 times minus 4 is plus 8 equals 5. And the really good thing about this is that now this equation no longer has a y component to it. It's just the x variable. So now I can just combine like terms and I get 3x plus 8 equals 5. So now I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. So I get 3x equals minus 3. So now over here, once I solve, my x is, I'm going to write it up here, my x is minus 1. So now that I know x is minus 1, I can go back. I'm going to use the simpler of the two equations. So this one over here is y equals 2 times x. Instead of x, I'm just going to put minus 1 in there. And then minus 4. So now y equals minus 2 minus 4. So y is minus 6. So the solution, and there's only one solution for this, is x is minus 1 and y is minus 6. To check this, I would substitute in my point, minus 1 minus 6, into either of these two equations, and it should satisfy it. So I'll do this one first. So minus 6 equals 2 times minus 1 minus 4. So I have minus 6 equals, and this becomes minus 2. I combine like terms, and minus 6 equals minus 6. And it checks out. Although it's not a required step since we already have the solution, I am going to graph the two lines to show what they look like. So I'll just do that really fast here. So my y-intercept for the first line is minus 4. Then I go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. That looks pretty good. And then the second line, I have to change that into y equals mx plus b form. So the first thing that I need to do is get the y on its own. So I'm going to subtract 7x from both sides. Graphing this one's a little harder, so now I have my y-intercept is minus 2.5. Do this in a different color. Minus 2.5, which is right here. And then it says I go up 7 over 2. And then once I connect those dots, I should meet at the point over here is minus 1 minus 6. And that checks out. So this is a super fast example. In the second equation, it says that y equals 5x. So I'm just going to rewrite the first equation as 5x equals 2x plus 3. All I did was I replaced this y with the 5x. And once I have that, I subtract 2x from both sides. And I get 3x equals 3. So x is going to equal 1. I want to go back and I want to pick the simpler of the two equations, and I'm going to do y equals 5x. And this time, I'll replace the x by a 1. So y equals 5. So the point where these two equations are going to meet are x is 1 and y is 5. And that's the final answer. So in this next example, x is by itself over here, and I have this expression. So I'm going to go to the second one, and I'm going to put 2, and instead of x, I'll put in parentheses this expression. And now I'll distribute. So I have 10y plus 6 plus 4y equals minus 1. So I'll reorder. I'm going to combine these two. So I have 14y plus 6 equals minus 1. I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. And I get 14y equals minus 7. Dividing both sides by 14. I'm going to get y equals minus 1/2. Now I'll take this result and I'll replace the y here with the minus 1/2. So I'll have x equals 5 times, and in the parentheses we'll have the minus 1/2. So I get x equals, and then half of 5 is 2.5, so it's minus 2.5 plus 3. So x is going to equal 1/2. So my point where the two meet are going to be 1/2 comma minus 1/2. And that is the solution. To test this, I will take these values and plug it back into the original equation. So let's just check that real quick. So now substituting, I have 1/2 equals 5 times minus 1/2 plus 3. So 0.5 equals 0.5, and that checks out. So this solution is correct.
That was easy.